Hi, this is Dipali Sinha and you're watching thehealthsite.com. Today is International Day of Yoga and we have with us Juhi Kapoor, who's a certified yoga trainer from the Ministry of Ayush. She'll now suggest some simple asanas to get you started on your yoga journey. So get ready guys and let's get started. Juhi, before going any further, why don't you tell us what the significance of International Day of Yoga is for you personally?
International Day of Yoga is definitely a great and a very powerful day to initiate people into yoga. This is basically a day which Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister, he came up with this idea that we want to initiate more and more people and get to know them, allow them to know about yoga, to spread awareness, and not just to keep yoga limited to India, but actually to spread the awareness of yoga all over the world. So that's why I think the International Day of Yoga is a very important. I think it's a very foundational day for the community of yoga.
There's so much stress in today's world. Please suggest some asanas for mental well-being for our audience.
Definitely. When it comes to mental wellness, a lot of people, they don't really talk about it and they don't really voice it out that they are going through a certain disturbance or certain discomfort on a mental level. So, and honestly, very simple techniques in yoga can actually be used and their power can be harnessed to sort of bring yourself at a state of peace. So one of the simplest techniques which anyone can do anywhere is, I would like to recommend that it's Gyan Mudra. So just the index finger tip to the tip of the thumb. Now this is basically a mudra. It's not even an asana, but this itself can actually bring someone's mind at peace because index finger represents Vayu. Vayu is air. And whenever the Vayu element in our body is high, we tend to be restless. So Gyan Mudra itself, just a few minutes of Gyan Mudra every day can bring a state of restfulness when it comes to the mind. And especially for people who overthink or who are weak-minded, it can help them. Another technique that I think will be very helpful, and I don't want to get into difficult techniques, I want to just stick to simple techniques which all the viewers can do it. So this is called Bhramari Pranayama. So this again activates and stimulates the vagus nerve in the body, and that results in, I would say, a state of rest in and digest mode. So it activates the rest and digest mode in the body. So very powerful technique. Let me quickly show it to you. So just have to simply place the hands around the face in this manner, covering all the senses, and then deep inhale and then producing a humming sound. So inhaling and then producing a humming sound. Let me show that once more. Inhaling. So this sound that's getting produced, the humming breath, this is scientifically proven to actually relax the body and relax the state of mind. So I would say this is a very powerful technique for mental wellness, definitely.
That was great and I'm sure our audience really loved it. Now please share some easy tips to get our audience started on their yoga journey.
Sure, yes. So I want to just break down the simplest asana that everyone knows, but often ends up doing it in a wrong way and that results in discomfort. So let's just break down Sukhasana first. Okay? This is one of the easiest asana and one can actually even, like at work hours may not be possible, but at the dinner time when they're sitting in their home and having dinner, that time also they can spend time in Sukhasana. So this is a simple asana and everyone should do it every day. So to do this asana, one can just extend the legs out and then bring the legs in by rolling the calf muscle up. This is the most important part which people miss out. They simply bring the legs in and then they feel that they're not comfortable in the posture. So just rolling the calf muscle out and then gently bringing the leg in and then slowly rolling the other calf muscle out and bringing the leg in, crossing at the ankles. So giving a broad base to the body, allowing the hips to open up and making sure to keep the spine nice and long. Now, one may not be able to sit very long in this if they are not used to doing yoga, so they can place a little pillow under the hip and spend about 3 to 5 minutes. Or if they're having dinner, then nothing like it. They can spend time in this posture having their meal. So, this is one posture I recommend for everyone, and especially while having the meal. Another posture which they can do after the meal is Vajrasana. Very simple asana, but great to improve digestion and something that should be done every day. Okay, so then for Vajrasana, you come in a kneeling position and very gently sit on the heels itself, right? Making sure that the spine is long, and then just comfortably resting the hands on the thighs. So again, a powerful posture should be done every day, and immediately after your meal, making sure that you don't go into that drowsy mode where you're just about to slouch and then go to sleep. That should not happen, because then the food does not get adequate space to properly digest. So one can spend at least 5 to 8 minutes in this posture. And if you feel that you're a little bit feeling discomfort at the ankle, then you can place a towel under the ankle region. So then that will get rid of the discomfort, and you will be able to spend good amount of time in this posture. So Sukhasana, Vajrasana, and most important, which everyone should do every day, is Malasana, right? So let me quickly demonstrate that as well. So for Malasana, you are just keeping the feet wider than the hips, bringing the hands in Namaste, and just placing the elbows and extending them to push the knees out. So this is again very effective to open up the hips, to improve digestion. One can start the day with this posture. In fact, in Indian households, traditionally this was the way to evacuate the bowels, right? But we've forgotten a lot of our own culture and a lot of our own traditions. So this is something that will bring us closer to our roots, and at the same time help us to connect with our body better. So yeah, I would say these three asanas, they should be done every day.
Wow, that was really good. So if a person wants to start a daily yoga practice, do you have any tips for them also?
First and foremost, I would say very important to always get in touch with a teacher and join a specific class, start learning under a teacher. Just by watching a few things here and there, it's not possible to really learn yoga, because yoga has always been initiated via Guru Shishya Parampara. So always from a guru to a shishya, it's passed on. That's the way yoga as a knowledge gets passed on. So that's very important. Second thing is to always find time to be on the mat. Okay, so one of my gurus, one of my teachers used to say that if you don't feel motivated to do yoga, sit on the mat and the magic will happen. So I believe in that. And on days when I also feel that I am not really, up to it, or I am under the weather, not in a mind or state of mind to do it, but the moment I hit the mat and I allow my body to take charge, some magic happens, and automatically I start to, do a certain set of asanas. Then I deepen myself into it, and that's how the body wants to do it. It's just the mind which is the true enemy. So come on the mat, whatever time you have decided, I'm going to do yoga at this time, just come on the mat. Even if you plan not to do it, just come. And then slowly you will align yourself to do it. So that's something that's stayed with me and helped me all this time in my journey.
That was so informative. As we come to the end of our session, I would like to request you to perform some desk yoga for our office-going audience that can be performed anytime, anywhere.
Right. Yes, I agree with you. In fact, again, that's something that most of us would suffer from, especially those who are working in a sedentary kind of a setup. So again, sitting on the chair itself, very simple things can be done. For instance, just holding the edge of the chair and then just giving a side stretch on both the sides. So think of this as the handle of the chair, and then just focus on a side stretch. So again, this can help to open up the sides and help to release any nerve compression and get rid of that lower back pain. Twisting again can be very effective. This can also be done. You can just hold the back seat of your chair and just twist the body on both the sides. So this is something that can be done by everyone who's sitting on their chair and doing their work. Apart from that, they can do some more techniques which will help to get rid of the shoulder and neck discomfort. Right? So they can do Garudasana only with arms. Okay? So opening the arms and then just binding elbow to elbow. Okay? Trying to bring hands in Namaste. And just making sure then that the elbow is in line with shoulder. So in this manner, they can just keep her arms in eagle pose and then trying on the other side as well. Okay, so this is one posture they can do on the chair. They don't really need to come on the mat. And other posture that they can try is a Gomukhasana, which is a cow posture. So for this, one arm goes from top, one goes from behind, and they can just try to hold the hands behind. Right now, some of the people may not be able to really reach the hands to each other, so they can use their handkerchief and they can just try to create a bind. So this will expand the chest also, and because of slouchy posture, most of the time we are this way. So we are not really breathing properly because our posture becomes so rounded that the diaphragm, it starts becoming weak. Okay, and when you bring your body in this posture, you are just opening up the entire respiratory cavity. So you're allowing yourself to breathe much better, and then that itself will improve the brain function and you will do your work more productively. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have a deadline, you're doing some project, your mind will start functioning faster. So this again needs to be done on both the sides, right? So I showed a few postures. I'll quickly summarize. One was the side stretch, one was the twist, one was the eagle posture, and one was the cow posture, right? So these postures always to be done on both the sides, and you can spend about 30 seconds to 1 minute in each posture.
That was wonderful, and I'm sure these tips from you will make people want to perform yoga. Thank you so much, Juhi, for being with us today. I'm sure our audience will go back with all the valuable insights that you have shared with us. Thank you so much.